Today's guest is someone who lives and breathes wealth building, and he's doing it with purpose. Corey Wright is a successful real estate investor, top producing realtor, and the founder of Legacy Wealth Group, an incredible membership community teaching people how to create freedom through real estate and smart investing strategies. In this conversation, we break down the mindset it takes to build wealth, the biggest mistakes people make when starting out, and the steps you can take right now to get on the path to financial freedom, even if you're starting with zero. This one is packed with insight, energy, and actionable gems you don't want to miss. Welcome to She Talks Money.
Hey, thank you. That was fire.
Oh,
Dang, that was fire. I'm ready to follow that dude. Where he at? That is fire.
it's
Thank you
you,
for
man.
that.
Look in the mirror. You are
That
awesome.
was,
You're so inspiring. And ever since I've been introduced to you and joined Legacy Wealth Group, I have a fire under me to just
hey,
go bigger. So I'm so excited to share you with our audience. I think everybody's going to be lit up after this. But let's start with your story. What sparked your passion for real estate and investing?
oh man, my story, man.
That's a good one.
How much time we got? I've shared this a bunch, but what sparked my interest in real estate was we got to take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So growing up, I was just a lost child, very lost. I was just roaming with the wrong people, doing the wrong stuff. I've said that 1,000 times, and I was chasing money, but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
And that led to jail, that led to depression, that led to friends dying,
Mm-hmm.
the whole nine. And I looked up and I had a family friend that said, "Hey, Corey, we're going to hire you to come do construction, get you out of your own way,
Yep.
put you to work using your hands, get you out of your friend zone, all these people that ain't doing nothing for you."
Mm-hmm.
My network was trash. I had nobody around me helping me. It was just bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I did construction. And while we are doing it, I did a lot of sheetrock, a lot of drywall. And I was just a very curious entrepreneur, a
Okay.
very I want to go get bread. So hence why I got in trouble was selling the wrong thing. But I was a kid that in elementary school, I was selling gum, right?
Yeah.
So in
Yep.
elementary school, they'd be like, "Hey, gum's outlaw." My school wouldn't allow it. So I would bring gum and I knew about supply and demand. There's a big demand for gum at school and there's zero supply. If I can bring the supply, I can make money. So I'd come and sell a stick of gum for 25 cents and I'd have all these quarters. That was my first real hustle. So I always had that mentality of yo, you got to go make the money. And so when I was on these construction jobs, I realized that we were doing a lot of it for investors,
Mm.
real estate
Yeah.
investors. And I would go ask the tile guy, I would go ask the sheetrock guy, I'd go ask everyone, "How are you doing this?" Then the owners would come and I'd say, "Hey, what are you doing with this property?"
Mm-hmm.
And they'd be like, "Man, I'm renting it, or I'm selling it, or we're flipping it." And I'd be like, "Man, you can do that? You can
Mm-hmm.
buy a property and all this work I just did, you're going to benefit off of it and make money?" So long story short, that's where the seed was planted,
Yeah.
was in those summers doing construction. And that's where the seed got planted. So that was the spark that got me to be like, yo, real estate is a way to make real money,
Mhm.
legal money, not be
Yeah.
in trouble. And I looked around and I was like, hey, most of the people I know that are wealthy, they're coming from real estate. They're not
Mhm.
coming from these other hustles that don't go anywhere.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I resonate with the gum because literally this year, my son was going through Costco size packages. My husband's like, "What are you doing with all this gum?" And his sister ratted him out and he's like, "He's selling it at school."
Oh,
I was
he's
like,
gonna be
I
an
couldn't, I
entrepreneur.
couldn't even be mad about it. I'm like, "That's genius, kid. Good
Man, if you
job.
can
Well
learn how to
done."
do sales, you can win at any job, any profession
Oh,
you'll be
yeah.
in for sure.
Yeah. He's an entrepreneur at heart for sure. So what was your first, then going from there, what was your first investment and what did it teach you?
Well, my first investment was a rental property.
Okay.
So I got into buying rental properties and then that morphed into doing flips.
Okay.
So it was kind of hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I sucked at it.
Okay.
I was terrible because I was again chasing money.
Yep.
I didn't have a plan. I didn't have people around me. I had my first house by the time I was 21. And back then you could buy it with just your name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how
Yep.
much did you make last year? I don't know, 150. Cool. What's your credit score? I don't know, 770. Cool. You got $500? Boom, got me a house.
Yeah.
And so I was doing flips, doing rentals, and it was all done without the right mentorship, without the right
Mm-hmm.
coach and the right plan. And so I lost all those.
Yeah.
So what did I learn from it? Before you buy, you got to have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have some mentorship. You have to have people around you that can uplift you. And when
Yeah.
stuff gets tough, they can be like, hey, here's how you do it.
Yeah.
This is the mistake I make. Corey, I'm telling you to go left.
Mhm.
Bro, I'm telling you to go left. I know you want to go right, but if you go left right here, this is what happens. Death, destruction, failure. Now
Yeah.
you a grown man, so you can still go right. A lot of times I'd be like, man, I don't need you. I'm going right. And I went right. And what I learned is I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't
Yeah.
know what I was talking about.
Well, I love that you've taken that and all of those mistakes now and created a passion for helping other people
100%.
avoid all of those mistakes, right? So
Yes.
that they can kind of just jump to the profits. Not that there's not mistakes, we all make them,
Oh, there's gonna be
even though
mistakes.
we got
You
guidance,
can't
but
get the mistakes. You know what? You know, when you make the mistakes, that's a big teacher,
Mhm.
right? And people would say, hey man, some of the best learning lessons are when you make that mistake and you go through trial and errors, which
Absolutely.
it is true.
Mhm.
But that's actually not accurate. That's the worst way to learn. The
Mhm.
worst way to learn is to go out there, fail, and then try again and fail, try again.
Mhm.
That's part of business. That's part
Yeah.
of life. The best way to learn is to find somebody doing what you want to do at a high level and
Mhm.
say, that's the person I want to be like. That's the person I want to do business like. You know what you do? You go knock on their door,
Yep.
say, how did you do it?
Yeah. Show
I
me.
want to get in your circle. Show me.
Yep.
What's it going to cost? What's it going to take? I want to be around you because you are doing what I want to do and you already made all those mistakes.
Yeah.
And instead of me making all those mistakes, I can shrink it down and not make those mistakes and get
Mhm.
way further ahead. If
Right.
I would have done that, no offense to the podcast, I would not be here. I'd be in Florida on a boat somewhere because I
Right.
would have not taken 15, 20 years to get to where I'm at. It would have taken me
Yeah.
3 or 4.
Right.
See, now you got me. See, it's coming
Oh,
out.
I
It's
love
coming out.
it. That's what I
It's
that's what I
coming
was
out.
shooting for. So, what is your definition of legacy wealth and why does it matter to you?
All right, what is my definition of legacy and wealth? So there's a bunch of things in there to unpack. What is my definition of legacy? Let's start there. Legacy is that when I'm gone and I'm no longer boots on this planet and
Mhm.
I'm gone, people will still talk about me as an impactful way. Hey, I knew
Love that.
Corey. I knew
Yeah.
him. He did X for me, or he opened this door for me. Or my grandkids, my kids' kids are like, we live the life now because of what was started in this generation.
Yeah.
So that legacy is each generation learning from the past, but it all started with a spark from my generation.
Mhm.
That is legacy. That's legacy. Now, what does wealth mean to me? Wealth is freedom.
Yeah.
That is all it is, freedom. Wealth is freedom to do whatever you want to do any given day. Like, hey, if I want to go do a podcast at 1:00 on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
we doing it. We
Yeah.
here. We dropping gems. We dropping fire. Jen's out here killing it. We can do what we want. That's
Yep.
what wealth is. But it's also health.
Mhm.
Healthy mindset,
Love that.
healthy body, healthy way you're analyzing your relationships, how you interact with your relationships. That's what wealth is. Money is not wealth.
Nope.
Money is just a tool. That's all it is. So when
Mhm.
people think wealth is money, that's not it. Money is a tool to help accomplish certain goals.
Mhm.
And why is that important? All of that's important because that's how you train people to get out of their own way and create financial freedom.
Yeah.
That's why it matters. It's
Yeah.
creating that financial freedom.
I love that. I did a coaching program once and we had to write our eulogy.
Ooh,
I know,
that's rough.
like it was tough. It was really hard and I thought it was going to be a lot easier, and it really made me think about legacy. What do I want to leave behind? What do I want people to say about me when I'm gone?
Yeah.
And you do want it to last for generations,
You
right?
do.
Like great, 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 great Uncle Corey taught us the importance of real estate
Yeah,
investing.
we got all these
So,
businesses because, Corey and that generation created them and now they're flourishing because each generation taught the next generation how to improve it.
Yep.
So I can only go so far
Right.
in business. I can only grow so much. Starting
Mhm.
from zero, I can only peak at a certain point.
Mhm.
But when I peak, I want my kids to hop on my shoulders. If I made it a 10, they can hop on my shoulders and make it 100. I
Yeah.
might not ever be able to make it 100.
Mhm.
Hopefully. But then they can do the same thing with their kids. So then that generation starting at 100 and they can make it 1,000.
Yeah.
That's how you create real wealth.
Yeah. That's
Generational wealth.
Generational wealth. Exactly. So what is your take? The big question, what's your take on real estate investing in today's market? And the $1 million question, how many times do we get asked this a day? Is now a good time?
Man, how do I feel about investing in real estate in today's market?
Mhm.
Well, I've been in a real recession.
Mhm.
The 08, 09.
Oh, yeah. Been there.
You've been there, done that. Like a real bubble that burst.
Yeah.
And I ask this to people all the time when I'm coaching. I'm like, hey, think about anyone who bought real estate from wherever, 2003 to 2008,
Mm-hmm.
right? Right before the big crash.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't sell it. They were able to avoid foreclosure. They were able to avoid short
Yep.
sale. Yep. Those people who kept it, do you think they're happy right now?
Yep.
Or do you think they're mad?
Happy.
Very happy. Very happy because they kept real estate.
Mm-hmm.
They kept it, and real estate will always improve. The dope thing about real estate is you will always need a place to live.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we look at real estate as a tool to make money, right? Us
Mm-hmm.
investors.
Yep.
Oh, it's just a big tool to make money. And really, housing is a basic necessity that we all need is shelter,
Mm-hmm.
whether you're a renter or you're an owner.
Mm-hmm.
That will never go away. AI cannot scrub the
Right.
fact that you need shelter.
Amen.
AI can't get rid of that.
No.
But we all need a place to live. So if we all need a place to live and we all need shelter, there will always be a demand for real estate.
Yeah.
Will there always be a demand for crypto? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Will there
Right.
always be a demand for realtors,
Mm-hmm.
for mortgage lenders, for people cleaning and contractors? I have no idea.
Right.
I don't know. Everyone's guess is good as mine. I don't
Mhm.
know. But will you always need a place to live and shelter? Yes. So to answer your question, I went the long way around, but heck yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I'm a data nerd, and we look at a lot of data, right? And when you go back, when you look at birth rates and you go back, like, the average age of a first-time home buyer was 33 years old. Now it's up like 36, 37. But you go back that many years and you look at birth rates, it went like this, like for almost 10 plus years, it increased. So
Yep.
that tells us at the very basic level, right? Supply and demand is only going to continue to go up. And we've already seen and proven that supply just can't keep up.
Correct.
So
Correct.
it's,
And back to
with
the
you.
gum story, the supply and demand. For the next given amount of years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, the stats show that we will have more demand than supply.
Yeah.
That it's going to take a while to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And without a catastrophic event
Mhm.
happening, which in reality, we had that with the pandemic.
Yeah.
And did pricing go up or down?
Up.
Through a major catastrophic event, real
Yeah.
estate went up. So again, to wrap it all up in a bowl, real estate will always be a foundational tool that is a good investment.
Mhm.
Now, how you invest in it is where the money's made or lost. But as a tool, real estate will always be one of the number one ways to do investments is real estate. So is now a good time? Yes. Is yesterday a good time? Yes. Is tomorrow a good time? Yes.
Yeah.
Is in a year? Yes. 3 years? Yes. 10 years? Get it, bro.
Yeah. Go get it. Buy some real estate. So you brought this up a little bit. What are some of the most underrated or overlooked strategies to building wealth through real estate?
Just being a landlord.
Yeah.
Being a boring, dumb, clean the toilets landlord. Just, hey, I bought a nice piece of property. I'm going to own it for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep it as a rental.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to chase the flips. They're
Yeah.
real sexy, cool for the gram. They look
Yeah.
all cool and you can do all these things. And I'm guilty of it. I do the $1 million flips
Yeah.
and it looks cool. But doing flips ain't going to get you wealthy.
Right.
It'll create capital, but it's not going to get you wealthy. So the underrated ones is looking for them long-term holds
Mm-hmm.
that are a set it and forget it. And in 3 to 5 years, when it's an income producing property, leverage that to get more assets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's boring. It's not cool for the grand to say that, but it's like, yeah, the boring long-term hold is always the underrated aspect.
Yeah,
of
I
investing.
agree. And I tell people that. And then I get the counter. I don't want to be a landlord. I don't want people calling me at 3 a.m. because of a broken toilet. I'm like, look at how much money you're making on that real estate. Even if you get a
Mhm.
call at 3 a.m., is it really that big of a deal?
Yeah, well, let's unpack that real quick. So people ask me that too, and
Yeah.
that's a good way. And it's like, well, what's the alternative? What else are you gonna do with your money?
Right.
You can put it in stock market, and that's, hey, we ain't here to talk about stocks, but y'all want to get me going. We can talk about stocks. I love the
It
stocks.
might be coming up.
But you can put it in stock market. Okay. You can put that in a savings account. You can put that in a high yield checking account.
Right.
What are we doing with that money then?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're scared to be the landlord, not everyone's capable of doing flips.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very active strategy. So I'm like, okay, well then how are you going to grow your money otherwise? So yeah, I hear you're scared and you don't want to do the landlord stuff, but do you want to make money in real estate? Do you want to become financially free? Do you
Yeah.
want to put your money to work? On and on and on. So I don't want to hear that about, well, I don't want to be a landlord. Then you want to be broke.
Yeah. And it's really minimal work when you think about how much you
And
probably
and
make on
again,
real estate.
it goes back to how you buy it, the plan. So it's not just go wing it and go be a landlord. Yeah, good luck to you.
Mhm.
Clean them toilets, bro. Good luck to you. That's not a plan. But if you have a strategic plan
Yeah.
based on where you're at today, your experience, your finances,
Mhm.
what type of tenant pool you want to go after, and you strategically plan it, you will make money in real estate as a landlord.
So you're talking different strategies. How do you help your members choose the right strategy for them, whether it's flip, rentals, BRRRRs, creative financing?
Yep.
What does that coaching look like?
Anytime I bring on a new coaching client,
Mhm.
before we even get to strategies and everything, we do a 1 hour session to unpack where you're at.
Okay.
I got to know what's your experience, what's your finances,
Yeah.
what's your background. So, hey, if you're coming from corporate America and you've been a VP at Best Buy or Target your whole life, and you're like, you know what, I'm sick of corporate America. I've never done flips. I've never done real estate, but I'm going to go be this big flipper.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got a lot to unpack there. You have
Yeah.
never been exposed to real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to unpack expectations. We got to build up a financial pool for you to pull from. We got to build up your contractors. We got to get the buy box going, what fits you. If you are a realtor and you've been in the game 10, 15 years and you just have
Yeah.
never done a flip, then we're starting from a different place.
Yeah.
But I need to figure out where you at financially, right? What's your experience? And then the biggest thing is we come up with a buy box. And the
Okay.
buy box, we start real small and specific. Like what buy box fits where you're at? Hey, I'm going to get a 3-bed, 2-bath, 1-story, first ring suburb, has to be 250 or less. That is it. Well, when we create that buy box, that's it. So when that 2-story comes up in Lakeville, that's not for you. When that 1.5-story comes up in St. Louis Park, that's not for you. When that 3-bed, 2-bath Rambler comes up in Robbinsdale for 225, we are
Yep.
jumping on it.
Yeah.
And because we built our plan based on that through our coaching, the odds of your success go way through the roof instead of just
love
chasing
that.
a paycheck.
I love that. I love that. So, as you've talked with so many people, what beliefs or habits do people need to unlearn before they can truly build wealth?
Scarcity mindset.
Yeah.
Scarcity mindset is all up here. You got to go from a scarcity mindset to abundance mindset
Mm-hmm.
and just realize that there is enough money in any industry you're in, but we're focused on real estate right
Yeah.
now. There's enough money in this game that nobody can hold it all.
Mm-hmm.
No one's going to have all the secrets. No one's going to have that secret sauce that they're getting ahead and you're not.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. So if you come with an abundance mindset that says there's more than enough, I want to get around the right people that are going the right way. And when you look on social media and you see all these people balling out and they're doing all these cool things and you think I can never get like that, that person or that group or that whatever has everything, I'll never get that. That's scarcity mindset.
Yep.
Versus, man, they're winning. I love that. I want to win like that. How can I come add value to them? And hopefully they add value to me.
Yep.
And then I can grow in my business as well.
Yep.
And hey, there's more than enough. I didn't get that deal this time, but I'm going to get the next one. And not get mad at the person that got the deal ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because maybe they're in a position or a financial spot or have planned better than you did.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
mindset.
It's not why not me, it's why me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or why me, not, you know what I'm saying.
I do,
Not-
man.
Why not me? You
Yeah,
can, anybody
yeah.
can make it happen.
Don't do the why not me, man. Forget
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So let's talk a little bit about fear. How do you help people move past that fear of failure or financial? Do they just get stuck because they're so scared to lose money?
Man, if you have a water, a pond, a lake, and someone's thirsty and you bring them over there and you say, I got the pond for you, right? I need you to drink. They may or may not.
Mhm.
I'm scared of the water, whatever, right? You need to have a qualifier. If you put a fence around that pond
Mm-hmm.
and you say, hey, man, it's $10 to get in here, right? But the water's here that you need. The sustenance that you need is right here, but it's $10 to get in. If they pay the $10 and get in, before they leave, they're going to drink that water.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people, they just have a fear mindset of everything. I'm just so fearful of what if the deal doesn't work? What if I
Yeah.
don't find the deal? On and on and on. And that's why you need mentorship, coaching, and a community.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, one person can't sit down with you and talk the fear out of you.
Right.
I can try.
Yeah.
But in one setting, it's probably not going to work. But if you're around 50 people who are all fearful just like you, and they all have the same kind of, I don't know about this, and half the people in that room have gone from fear to now they're winning
Mm-hmm.
at business, at investments, that's how you start taking that fear away, is by getting around community and then taking another level and getting the coaching and mentorship you need to equip you with the tools to get rid of that fear. So until someone experiences a community and other people that have gone from fear to no fear, it's hard to just sit down and talk someone off the ledge. But almost every investor at the beginning stages of whatever they're doing, starting a business, doing a flip, doing a rental, every single person I've ever coached, one of their number one things is fear.
Yeah.
They just have a lot of fear.
What I love about what you've built, though, especially in your community and your groups, is you do the get-togethers and events at the properties, and your community rallies around you and members come to those. And it's an energy that's on. It was so cool, the energy in the room and how all of the members that have done flips before or we're talking investment strategies, encouraging one another. Like the chit chat was just pretty
It was
tremendous. So
fire.
congratulations on this community, because anybody can try to create like a membership and a community, but your community is very loyal, and not just to you, but to one another, because
Yes.
everybody truly does want to help each other.
Yeah.
And that takes a
It,
little bit to
it,
build. That's awesome.
it's intentional because, again, just going through fear, it's one thing to be a talking head and you go to a group or a panel, and we all do it. I do
Yeah.
them. And you sit in a room and it's a whole bunch of people just talking.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm in fear and I come sit at a panel and someone's talking about how many homes they sold or how
Mhm.
many millions they made on this and all that, I'm like, okay, but that didn't do anything for my fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I came and sat and listened to people talk about their success. That
Mhm.
didn't help me with fear. But if you want to get into investing in real estate, you need the talking heads, but
Yeah.
you also need real world experience
Yeah.
on site, like you just talked about. Like we
Yeah.
are going to go to a multifamily property. We
Mhm.
are going to a commercial property. We are going to a flip. And this is actual people, not just
Mhm.
me. It's not a pyramid. I'm not at the top.
Right.
And it's the Corey philosophy. It's a spider web.
Yep.
I just happen to be in the middle and started the spider web. And now all of our spider webs are connecting. So that's
Mhm.
what the vibe you get. You come to one
Yeah.
of our events, and it's not even always my deals.
Right.
It's
It
other
wasn't.
members saying, hey, these are the mistakes. Back to
Mhm.
what I said, full circle. This is the mistake I made, guys.
Mhm.
As a new investor, don't do this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the stories the members share is really cool too. I forget her name, but she was there, and they moved from a nice, comfy suburban area to like a
Shout out
not
Michaela.
a not so great neighborhood in Minneapolis to get into a multi-unit to help her family build wealth. And so it's cool to say, hey, if she can sacrifice and do something like that, and look at like what she did and look at what's come of it now and look where she lives now, like that's inspirational,
That's,
right? Anybody can tell that story, but to meet her and hear her share
yeah,
it
that's
was
the dope
very
part.
cool. It
Yeah.
was very cool. So what do you think was one mindset shift that changed everything for you?
Who I was around,
Okay.
like the mindset of, hey, being alone and being depressed and having this mindset of like, oh man, all these bad things happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
The foreclosure and the arrested and the tax forfeitures and like everything that I went through being in
Mhm.
jail and all that was like, man, that's like me, like the world's got me down,
Mm-hmm.
right? I had to look in the mirror and be like, you know what? These decisions you made, Corey, that was on you. That was on
Yep.
you, bro. You made these decisions to get in that car. You made these decisions to do that thing. You made the decisions to buy these houses and not manage them. So the
Mm-hmm.
mindset that I switched was like, instead of going back to the scarcity mindset, abundance mindset of being like, you know what? All that stuff happened to me.
Yep.
But I'm going to look in the mirror right now today and say that stuff is gone. Death, destruction, that's the past.
Mm-hmm.
What's coming up next, the future, is sky's the limit. I will be successful. I will win at life. I will have a great marriage. I'll be a great dad. I will be a good, successful man. My investments will work. And it
Mhm.
starts by building around the right people. So
Yeah.
if you ain't about family, if you ain't about God, if you ain't about making that money, I don't have no time for you, bro. Like if I call you and I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you doing today? And you're the one that actually is like, oh man, it sucks. Man, I got this payment due. I got this thing due and my kids are this. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that. I meant that more as like a, hey, let's get the conversation going.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hey, how's it going? So you're like, man, dude, I just got this new deal. I'm chasing this new product. Man,
Mhm.
me and the wife are going on vacation. Man, that's the people I want to
Yeah.
be around.
Yeah.
So what shift was it? Was just realizing that everyone goes through a struggle,
Mhm.
right? But you have to make the decision. What you going to do about it?
Yeah.
You got knocked down. Mike Tyson says all the time, you got punched in the face. What you going to do about it?
Yep.
You're on the ground. You're laying there. Are you going to get up and do something different? Or are you going to get up and get punched again?
Mm-hmm.
Man, see, I could go on, man. I'm dropping jewels. I could
No,
go on. I'm about to start spinning right now.
I love that. And I think something I've learned a lot and had to work on a lot in the last year and a half, and you said it, is your circle. You have to look at yourself, but you also have to look at the circle around you. And if you're surrounded by naysayers or people who aren't supporting you and cheering you on, and I don't know if this happens more with women than men, but I've been around people where I'll have a celebration. I want to celebrate. My friends are like, oh, whatever, that's not a big deal. Like sometimes you have to have the guts to change your circle
Yeah, that
or move
sucks.
up other people that are going to be your cheerleaders and support you. And that it takes some work and it takes some guts to do
It
that.
takes
But
a lot of guts.
yeah.
And I commend you for that, for identifying that and being like,
Mhm.
well, what do I do about it? Because here's the deal. Are you going to want to hit your friends up again?
Right.
So the
Yeah.
next time you have some cool celebration,
Mm-hmm.
are you going to be more willing to reach out to them again? Or are you going
Right.
to be like, I'll just chill at home, man. This sucks.
Yeah.
Well, who wants to live like that?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to live like that. If I hit you up, I need some passion. I need some we doing stuff.
Yeah.
And for me, I literally cut off 99% of the people in my life to get to where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
And I talk about something called quartile, and I won't go through the whole thing, but you put everyone in your life in basically 4 sectors.
Okay.
And you focus on the top, where that's your family, your friends, the people you do life with. Those are people that add in value to you. The last quartile, the 4th one, is anyone that's not adding value to you, anyone that's tearing you down, anyone that's not supporting you. And in that last quartile, you cut them off. It's no longer going to be me and you rolling no more, because when I call you and say, let's go celebrate,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I don't want to do it. See ya.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. And I'm the type of person, I feel like we're alike. Like I'm going at it. I am going to be at the top, and my cheerleaders, I'm bringing them with me.
Yes.
Right? Like they're motivated. They're probably going to get there too, but I'm going to bring those people with me. So let go of the anchors, cut them off, let them go.
And sometimes,
and everybody else will rise up.
yes,
So,
and sometimes that cheerleader has to be you.
yeah, 100%
Until you
it
get
does. 100%
another
it-
cheerleader. But
100%.
sometimes it's just you being like, come on, Corey, come on, Jen, we got this, let's go. You looking around like, I don't know, bro, but let's get it.
Well, you are a cheerleader for so many other people. What inspired you to launch Legacy Wealth Group?
So a lot of people, man, I'm glad you asked that. So I want to back up a little bit, man. People say, man, Corey, you came out of nowhere, right? Like, man, this last year, you just are like killing it. I see you everywhere. You're like coaching people. You're doing all these flips and you're buying rentals. You're doing stocks. And like, now you got this Legacy Wealth Group. What made you do that? Man, the reality is, I'm looking right at the camera. Reality is, I have been doing this for 20 years. What Legacy Wealth Group is, I've been doing that. I've been coaching people. I've been training. I've been pouring into people. I've been networking. I've been doing the flips. I just hate social media. Now, this is going to be on social media. So whether you're looking on Instagram or Facebook, what's up? But social media is so fake.
Yeah.
And I was so reluctant to use it as a tool, because I'm like, everyone's faking it. Everyone's showing date night. Everyone's showing their little kid scoring a goal or whatever, even though that's their first goal they scored all year. But they make it look like, dude, we won a championship off of that. And it's like, bro, you just got in the game. You've been on the bench. Anyways, I could go on and on about that. But social media is the most powerful marketing tool in the world right now. So if you are not on it, you are going to get passed by. You're going to be the difference between Blockbuster and Netflix. For those of y'all, look it up.
Yep. For our younger crowd.
for the younger crowd, Google that bad boy. And so I'm like, man, I don't want to be Blockbuster.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be set in the like, well, just because I don't like it and I don't want to utilize that too, I'm never going to do it. Well, then I'm going to be out of business. So what I did is I'm like, you know what? About a year ago, I set out to just showcase it, to say, hey, here's what I'm doing. And so many people reached out to me to say, Corey, I want to be a part of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now that I see you doing it, man, what do I got to do to get plugged in? I want to be around you. I want to learn from you. I want to come to your classes. I want to do whatever. And I was like, you know what? It's time.
Yeah.
It's time to create a full community, do it right. And the community was just the next evolution to be like, hey, let's make it professional. And no shade on any of the other communities that are out there. But I was like, I want to build something that's different. I want to build something that's unique. I want to build something that brings real value. Yeah. Something that people can actually be around and get uplifted from. And I don't have the capacity to meet with everybody one-on-one.
Right.
I get inundated with so many people. So the community is the natural evolution to create. So yeah, it costs money, y'all. But like, come on, man. Everything in this world costs money.
Yeah.
Starbucks wants your money. Netflix wants your money. Everyone. And so people are like, man, why create a paid community? I just talked about it a little bit earlier, but that is a qualifier. So I used to do this. I'd be networking and I'd go to a network event and someone would be like, Corey, man, you're doing all this cool stuff. I want to get around you. And I'd be like, oh yeah, what's your number? And they'd give me their number. And I'd be trying to text them. I'd be trying to email them.
Mhm.
And we would never get together. And I'd be
Right.
calling, hey, we still getting together? And then after a couple of years, I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You came to me. You want something, a resource from me.
Yeah.
You want some knowledge from me. And you have no like skin in the game to be like, all right, I'm going to reach back.
Yeah.
So 2 things I started doing. I got Cat Lindy.
Mhm.
Hey, get Cat Lindy. Shout out Cat Lindy.
It's
And
best.
literally when people were like, Corey, I want to get with you. I'm like, bro, here it is. I send you my calendar invite.
Mhm.
And then it's up to you to make that appointment.
Yep.
And if you never make it, I'm like, cool, then it wasn't important enough.
Yep.
But the same goes for anything in this world. If you're willing to pay for something,
Yeah.
just that one qualifier. I know when you come into the community, you are about this life. I
Mhm.
got the t-shirts about that life. You're about this life, and you are actually going to get involved with the people in there.
Yeah.
You're going to take the classes. You're going to take the courses. You're going to take the one-on-one coaching.
Mhm.
And I know without a doubt, the people that pay, they will be successful. The people that come for free, the people that just want the free information, we have free stuff,
Yeah.
but they're not really buying in.
Yeah.
They're kind of just testing it out. And they're kind of like, I don't know. Those are the people that I know aren't going to take the tools and use them to get
Mhm.
financially free. So part of it's just a small qualifier.
Yeah.
Anyways,
You got to invest in yourself first, right? I look at all of the knowledge I'm a finance person, but now I'm podcasting. I didn't know all of this. I had to take courses. I had to learn. And when I look at what I've paid, it's like a fraction of what tuition would have cost me going to some college. So I think it's money well spent.
Yeah.
So who is the program best for, and what do members get access to?
Yep. The program Legacy Wealth Group is designed for anybody that wants to create financial freedom. Anyone that wants the tools to be equipped to move forward and leave that legacy.
Mhm.
So this is not a real estate only group.
Yeah.
This is not a lender only group. This is open to everybody. In fact, 50% of the people aren't even realtors.
Mhm.
They're business owners. They're mortgage lenders. They're
Yeah.
contractors. They're people who have a lawn company,
Mm-hmm.
landscape company. So it's built for anyone who's like, you know what? I want to create multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
I want to learn from people that are doing it at a high level. And I want to be a part of a community so I don't feel alone. And I also want the option that if I need deeper understanding on how to make money, I have the option to get one-on-one coaching.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And then the tools, man, I just did our Zoom meeting yesterday about a digital product that I made just for Legacy Wealth Group. And this is fire. Y'all got to just the digital product alone that I created
Yeah.
was a 3-in-1 profit calculator. So it's an all-in-one calculator where you can do your flip analysis, you can do your budgeting, and also you can do rental evaluations all in one
Wow.
spot. So that tool alone is
It's worth the
priceless.
membership.
It's
Yeah.
priceless. And then you get access to our discounts at Home Depot. You get our bi-weekly coaching classes. We got all of our courses online, our communities. You talked about the events, on and on
Yeah.
and on and on. But who's it built for? If you are watching this video right now, shoot either camera, you watching this video right now, it is built for you. Get plugged in. Come on.
That's right. That's right. Can you share one success story from someone inside the group?
Oh, heck yeah. We just had my guy, David. He just finished his deal. I think, were you at one of those
Yep.
events? Yeah. So David, shout out to David. He just did a deal in Golden Valley.
Mhm.
His first luxury flip. He went from doing entry-level flips,
Mhm.
started doing bigger ones, did his first luxury flip, followed my luxury blueprint. So he's been
Nice.
around me for many, many years. I helped him on his very first flip 6, 7 years ago.
Okay.
And he followed the luxury blueprint on how we're doing this. And he followed it. And he put the house up, sold first week on market.
Wow.
He's making one of his higher profits he's ever made on a deal. And that was all from being a part of the community. He met his finance people from there. He got his Home Depot rep from Legacy Wealth Group. He got the blueprint. He got me in there. He got the community. And we've done 2 or 3 events at his spot. And he's
Nice.
just one of many that's the latest. Michaela, you already talked
Yeah.
about her. She's on fire right now. She just
Mhm.
did her first flip. She's looking for her second flip. She's in it full time. And I could go on and on. My guy, Cody, he's doing his first Minnetonka one. That's dope. Jenny, she's on the 90-day coaching. She's about to get her first deal. My guy, Jose, he's in the level up coaching
Okay.
where hey, I'm already doing stuff and I want to level up and get to that next level. He's literally about to take off. My guy, Dan, who helped me build the calculator, he's in it.
Yeah.
I could go on and on and on and on and on, but
I'm already sensing like this is an opportunity to get in with Corey, because you're just going to go so much higher and be so much bigger that now is a huge opportunity. So There's someone out there listening right now, and they're fired up. They've been hearing this, they're excited, but they're maybe still a little bit on the fence. What do you have to say to them?
Yeah, man, just come around one of our events just one time.
Yeah.
You already talked about it. Come to one of our walkthrough events, whether it be an online coaching event, in person at a flip. Just come to one of them, and guaranteed you'll leave that being like, this is different. This isn't a bunch of talking heads. This isn't a bunch of secret holders who got all the information. Nah, you will see exactly what it is. And all you got to do is follow me on social media to see how I get down, the amount of people I invest into, the amount of people I pour into. And the reality is, if I'm not your brand, if I'm not your cup of tea, I'm not your coffee, don't do it. Don't roll with it, but do something. Don't just sit and analyze on your phone and be like, well, here's another dude trying to get money off of coaching, another dude trying to like get over on people. If you think that's what I'm doing, great.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't convince you otherwise. But don't leave that scrolling and be like, well, I'm never going to take another step. Find someone that's going to help you get there. Because working a 9 to 5 in today's world is not going to create wealth. Just saving a little bit of money every month is not going to create wealth. You have to be a business owner. You have to be investing in yourself. You have to be investing in businesses, in stocks, and insurance. I can go on and on. You need multiple streams of income to get there. There you go.
That's awesome. And you can find him at The Real Corey Wright.
Yep, at The Real Corey Wright.
On Instagram. You are a light, and I really appreciate you being here with us today because I think you are making a huge impact, not just in the real estate community, the finance community, but truly everybody that is around you. I think you're impactful on. So congratulations and thanks for being here.
Hey man, you are dropping some gems for me, man. I gotta up that bonus I said I was gonna sign. You know, no, this is dope. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
This conversation is your reminder that you don't need to come from money, have all the answers, or do it alone to build wealth. What you do need is the right information, a mentor who's been where you want to go, and encouraged to take the first step. If today's episode spoke to you, go follow Corey at The Real Corey Wright and check out his program at
joinlegacywealthgroup.com.
We'll include that in the show notes. Whether you're brand new or ready to level up, Legacy Wealth Group has a seat for you. And if you loved this episode, take a screenshot, tag us on Instagram, and let us know your biggest takeaway. Until next time, keep going, keep growing, and remember, wealth is a skill you can learn.